How's it going, guys? Today in this episode of Beat Breakdown, we're going to be doing a beat in the style of Night Lovell. To start out, I used a little pad called Burn Bridges from Omnisphere, and this is the pattern I created here. And it sounds something a little like this. After that, I created a lead section, and the sound was taken from Omnisphere as well, and the name of it is Loner Times. And this is what the pattern I created looked like, and it sounds something a little like this. I created a second version of that same pattern, and I used it for the verse, and that sounds like this. I then created a counter melody. The sound used for the counter melody, also taken from Omnisphere, is Elon X, and this is the counter melody I came up with. I then created a little texture. The sound I ended up using, also from Omnisphere, is called Lo-Fi Fire, and it was just simply one note, and it sounds like this. I then used a little vocal sample that I found online. It sounds like this. I took two different snares and created a snare pattern. The first snare sounds like this. The second snare. And together. I then created a hat pattern. This is the hat that I used. And this is the pattern I created. I decided to get a little bit interesting with the kicks. I used two different kicks and a shaker. The first kick sounds like this. The second kick. And the shaker. And together. The 808 that I use is called Lost Kids. This is what it looks like and sounds like. And this is the pattern that I created. The 808 doesn't have much on it. It has a fruity parametric EQ and Nani doing most of the processing. Parametric EQ is cutting off at 30 Hz, and these are the settings that I have on Nani. I then have it put into mono. I then have some risers and cymbals going throughout the chorus. I then as well threw in a vocal chop. For the chop, I have sketch cassette. These are the settings I used. A fruity parametric EQ, cutting off low and high, kind of creating a telephone effect. I as well put some RC20 on there, on vinyl 3. Coming into the chorus, I use a breath sound effect, and then I reverse that same breath sound effect to create a nice, interesting transition. During the bridge, I changed the hi-hats to be a simple straight hi-hat pattern. And you get the picture. Altogether, this is what the chorus sounds like. verse section is basically the same, except we cut out quite a bit. And then we also changed the main melody, and we added in this sound effect here. We then end up with this for the verse. With Night Lovell's music, it's not too far-fetched to have a change in the beat or a switch up at some point, so I decided to do the same here. I took the pad sound and I decided to create a little transition section with it, and this is what I got. I then added in a new sample. This is what it sounds like. I threw in the same old melody section, the little counter melody there. I threw in the little industrial sounds from earlier in the beat as well. I reused the cymbal and the risers as well. I decided to change up the snares by using different sounds. The first snare I used. And second snare. I as well used some backing snares. This is what I used. And this is the pattern I created. I used the same kicks, but I used different 808s and instead switched for a bass instead. This is the bass I used. And this is the pattern I created. I use this transitional effect here. I use this texture sound. I as well use this bongo transition. I took the bongo fill and I put it through Serato sample so I could put it into key. I also decided to use a percussive sample sparingly throughout this section. This is what it sounds like. Altogether, this is what this section sounds like. And that about covers the beat, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in.